Alright, imagine this. You and your team have been given a mission in Afghanistan. The mission is to capture a high-value target with very valuable information that you need. You are walking to the village that the target has been located at. It is pitch black out, and you are unable to see anything. And the only way that you are able to see where you are going is by night vision goggles. Suddenly, the MWD, which stands for Military Working Dog, that has been assigned to your team, stops in front of your team, sits and stares at a certain area of the ground. The MWD just warned you and your team about a buried IED that could have killed you and your teammates. After that night, you successfully captured the target, all thanks to the MWD that prevented from you or any of your teammates from stepping on that IED. So I took this quote that the MWD just saved you and your teammates' lives, and I added a lot to it so I could get a good hook from it. I liked this quote because it's at the beginning of the book, and it tells you, once you read it, what you're about to read and what the book is more so about. So I read Navy SEAL Dogs by Mike Ritland. The genre of this book I find interesting because Mike starts out the first half of the book as a biography, and then the second half of the book he writes it as an autobiography. So he talks about Mike is unlike many kids at his early teen years. He knew exactly what he wanted to be and wanted to go in. He was obsessed with the idea of going into or becoming a Navy SEAL. He was also obsessed with dogs, and he wanted one for as long as he could remember. And in 6th grade, his parents finally got him a dog named Bud, who Mike spent a lot of time with. And in the book, he said that Bud would be known as the dog that started it all for him, because every time he'd walk Bud, Mike would carefully study the way that Bud uses sense of smell, and he was fascinated by a dog's sense of smell. And when he left for the Navy at the age of 17, it would be there where Mike found the SEAL Canine program, and he joined it because he always had that love for dogs. And so throughout the book, he talks about his story and how he got into the Navy, and other stories with other MWDs, and he tells stories of other MWDs and their handlers, and then the characters are many of the MWDs, and the characters, like in the illustration, Kurt Norden about to load up for a ride, or a lot of it is about Odin, another MWD. Samson and the famous Elmo toy that is his favorite, and includes like the trainer Aaron and Castor. So I loved this book because I also personally have a passion for dogs. However, I am not looking or pursuing a career in the military, but I really liked hearing about the anticipation growing stories, seeing how they were going to end, and how the MWDs saved their team's lives in amazing and different ways, and how they caught and prevented the bad guy from escaping and doing any other harm. And so if you're into dogs, are into any work that the Navy SEALs do, if you're into if you're into dog behavior or anticipation growing stories, this book should definitely be on your reading list.